Tommy Heffernan, a veterinary consultant, and I work with the Precision Microbes team on a very unique range of products across species, and it's liquid, probiotic and postbiotic solutions going through the veterinary channel. So this video is for vets working with small animals to talk a little bit about the science. I'm going to cover three areas. I'm going to talk about the science, a little bit of a background on the gut microbiome, a bit about our product and the practical applications. I'm looking forward to meeting vets in person, to digging a little bit deeper, but to give people some background onto what we're talking about and why we're quite unique. So many people have heard about the microbiome and its importance, and it's growing all the time. And none of us would be here, plants, animals or humans, without our natural defences. And there's a big focus now on the microbiome and the gut. And the microbiome basically is a collection of microorganisms working together to have a positive benefit. And that's when we talk about beneficial bacteria and getting our microbiome right in our cells and our pets. When we talk about products being used to help and aid that, we talk about probiotics. So when we think about the gut microbiome, because of the bacteria and the good bacteria down there play such a key role in a number of areas, it's important to see why if we get this right, we can really improve pet health and well-being. Digestive health is the first one. Obviously, a healthy digestive system, we'll dig into the science a little bit, is key. Close to 65 or 70% of our pet's immune system is gut-based. So this real interaction at gut level and having a stable gut and a proper immune modulation down there can be really key as well. And there's this whole idea of competitive inhibition. And that's basically in all our environments, our cells, our animals, we have good and bad bacteria, and they're continuously competing with each other. And they actually produce metabolites like intercins and bactericins. It's often termed, I think it's quorum sensing, where we can actually manipulate populations of bacteria by propelling the good guys, we can compete with and inhibit the bad bacteria. And that's a lot of the science there. So there are three key areas. But just to bring you into the gut for a little bit, so if we look at the lumen of the gut, there's thousands of species of bacteria, and they can be good and bad, and there's lots of ways that we can, I suppose, stress, diet can affect that, but we're trying to enhance the microbial population because we all know the absorptive capacity of our digestive systems in our pets, dogs and cats, and the villi and the purpose of increasing that. But if I want to take you right down to cellular level, and I want to talk about probiotics or good bacteria and their role, there's a very key element to these bacteria, and they produce a lot of metabolites. So these metabolites we term as postbiotics, and that might be a new term to people. So that's why we are a liquid, probiotic and postbiotic solution. And these postbiotics are where the rubber meets the road, essentially, where these metabolites, and they vary from enzymes to short chain fatty acids to bactericins and intercins and other metabolites that play a couple of fundamentally key roles. They regulate digestive function. They produce enzymes that are actually involved in digestive function and breaking down nutrients, but they play a key role in the integrity of cells. Even something as simple, and it's a few years since I heard the term when I started working on the microbiome, goblet cells. These are the mucin-producing cells in the digestive system that produce this lovely little layer of mucin on the top of cells to protect it. A very, very important barrier for digestive function and also for protection against pathogens and invasion. Again, when we think about the digestive system down at a cellular level, the digestive is here. There's only a layer of cells between that and the immune system, and it's a very interactive immune cell system down here. We've dendritic cells, we've T helper cells, we've cytokines down here that play a key role in overall immunity. And just a layer down here, still in the lumen of the gut, we've the neuroendocrine system. And again, 90% of serotonin receptors are actually gut-based. So that's why we talk about a gut feeling and the importance of a gut microbiome and brain health in humans. It's a really exciting area. And actually psychobiotics, but that's a story for another day. But if we can get this area harmonizer and homeostasis down here, we have a massive impact on health and well-being. And that's why our products are quite unique. They're probiotics, the good bacteria, and the postbiotics together. So our products are going through the veterinary channel in Ireland through Interchem, and their Department of Agriculture license, their European Food Safety Authority license, and there's a couple of very unique things to our products. They're liquids, they're higher volumes, but that's really important because we've lots and lots of the live bacteria in the liquid medium. So when we look at a lot of probiotic products in the marketplace, they're freeze-dried, they're powders or paste. And the challenge with freeze-drying is that these freeze-dried bacteria have to be rehydrated. And that takes time for them to activate. Every bacteria has a lag and a log phase, a stationary phase. The log phase is really important because that's when they're producing their metabolites. So that's one area where you use freeze-dried probiotics. It takes time for these to switch on. The big challenge with them, and the research shows this, is that we can rehydrate these in the lab, but the challenge is rehydrating them in the real world. How many of them actually survive? And we also have gut transit time. You know, gut transit time in our pets can be anywhere between 18 to 24 hours. So by the time they switch on, get to survive, how many of them are in a live stage producing the metabolites? And this is what's key about our product. It's a liquid with our bacteria live in a dormant state. So it's a low acidic pH, and as soon as they're administered, they're active. But not only that, they've been brewed in a way that the bacteria are in their log phase and they're producing metabolites. So that's why we talk about a probiotic and postbiotic solution. So with the short chain fatty acids and the other metabolites in there, and that's going to give us huge speed. When it comes to probiotics, there's a lot of focus on species, but it's really about functionality, and that's when we talk about the metabolites. We have a number, it's a blended mixture of probiotics with a number of beneficial bacteria, and we know which bacteria, through years of research, work with each other. And not only that, we have probably the Rambo of probiotics in there, Enterococcus fecum. And that's licensed, it's the only one licensed for its particular role on digestive and gut stabilisation. It is absolutely super, and there's lots of research on that particular probiotic. Again, we've other IP in there because of the nature of the company Precision Microbes and their years of working with microbes around certain herbs and other elements that are really conferring extra benefits. And I suppose that's a little bit of the IP of the product. So it's quite a unique product, and it's down to that liquid probiotic live bacteria in a postbiotic medium. So the postbiotics are there as well. So I suppose if we look at the veterinary market and particularly the pet market, where is this product going to work? Well, if we think about bad bacteria and pathogens and leaky gut, excuse my drawing, but you know, we've leaky gut, the integrity of cells here are damaged, cells can be dying, we can have digestive upsets, and that can go from dysbiosis, diarrhea, infections, a number of things. So what we're looking to do is gut stabilization, and it's an incredibly effective gut stabilizer, and that's why Enterococcus fecum is in there. The research is there to show, and it's licensed as a dietetic stabilizer. And again, it's that idea that in our liquids, we have the probiotic and postbiotic solution. So speed and efficacy with gut stabilization. The dose rate's about 1 ml per kilo, and then maybe you might start with orally in the clinic and then send the dog home on the product for a number of days. That's certainly the starting point, and that's where a lot of vets will be familiar with digestive gut stabilizers. There's nothing quite unique as this product in the marketplace. But there's other roles, and this is particularly when we think about the potential of probiotics in long-term health. Also, I suppose a lot of our pets will be on antibiotic treatments, and one of the things with the antibiotics is they will wipe out good and bad bacteria. So is there something we can do when pets are on antibiotics to help and aid good gut health? And there is, and certainly with probiotics, antibiotics can take them out, but the idea of our product has both the good bacteria and postbiotics in it, so you can actually use it when animals are on antibiotics. Now again, you would advise timing it at a different stage, maybe a couple hours apart from antibiotic treatment. What's really interesting, and we've seen this already from going into the marketplace, is the long-term use. Because if you've better digestive health, if you've better immune modulation, the impacts on a gut based on the digestive system, but overall health and well-being of animals is going to be phenomenal. And what we've learned from our product is that it's actually the owners themselves will see it and come back and tell us and telling their vets, and that's what we're seeing. Particularly again, if we've dysbiosis or animals that are having issues with inflammatory bowel disease or picking up other pathogens and having bowel issues, again, having a healthy digestive system, a healthy localized immune system and good immune modulation can only be of benefit. And again, remembering that, you know, and these are some of the things we'll quantify over time, but we're hearing back from pet owners is that when you have the gut regulated, particularly when the gut is linked to the brain, the lungs and skin and other areas, that if we've that harmonized in homeostasis there, we're going to see a much happier, healthier animal, and the whole biome of the animal is going to be happier. There's lots of research in this area around the use of microbes. Pieria in 2018 talked about using fecal transplants in dogs for parvovirus and recovery. Craig in 2016 talked about the use of fecal transplants and good bacteria for atopic dermatitis. So there's lots of research and exciting research, and I think we're really excited to bring this product to the market through vets, and we're looking forward to digging a lot deeper into the science, but it's to give people an idea of some of the main science, the background, the uniqueness of the products and some of the uses in practice. And I look forward to discussing having many discussions about this product and the science with vets up and down the country.